The death of a loved one can have many effects on different people. And it can cause a lot of things. Scars that take years of therapy to heal, an unquenchable thirst for vengeance, or in this case, superheroes, like Peter Parker, the amazing Spider-Man, and Robin, the leader of the Teen Titans. Now for this, we'll be using Spider-Man from his latest game and Spectacular Spider-Man. We will also be using for Robin his main TV show and some of the comics from it. However, we will not be using any of the Teen Titans or anything too overpowered for either character. I'm Dr. Spinash, and it's time we find out who wins a dash fight. Alright, let's do this one last time. By now you probably know who Spider-Man is. I mean, he saved the city on countless occasions. He's had his own comic book. He's had his own cereal box. I mean, what superhero hasn't? And he's had a, not so good looking popsicle. He got over it though. And he did this. But we don't like talking about that, so let's move on. You wouldn't even be able to tell that he really is Peter Parker, a young smart kid who just so happened to be bitten by a radioactive spider. And with that, he decided to use these powers not responsibly, which ultimately led to Uncle Ben's death. Wow, that's a bit dark there. And if only he had stopped the criminal, his uncle would probably still be alive. Oh well, his death inspired him to actually become a hero and actually use his powers to put away some of the worst villains he's ever seen. But enough about the great responsibility. Let's get into his great power. Peter's strong enough to swing I-beams over his head, punch through metals with just his fingers, stop runaway cars and trucks with ease, throw people like Venom and Rhino through walls, and most impressively, he lifted a very large machine he was trapped under. But he's also strong in durability. He survived building leveling attacks that would kill any normal person, and another thing, surviving explosions that only left him temporarily dazed. He's also very fast, able to dodge point-blank blasts from the shocker, and do a Batman impression and vanish from out of sight. Also, dodging a lightning from Electro while doing a handstand and talking on the phone. His speed's also helped by the SpiderSense, even while blindfolded. He's also got his trusty web shooters, which can do a variety of things, from webbing up opponents, helping them get around the city, or stopping a flippin' helicopter! What the flip? And if that wasn't impressive enough, he managed to stop this massive crane from falling on the people below. And look how gracefully he makes it look. He makes it look easy, which really isn't. But you gotta say, he is determined to save the day. But if you think his webs are just for stopping stuff, you're wrong. He can also use it in constructs, from slingshots to parachutes. But if you think Peter's perfect, that would be like saying there aren't any bad Spider-Man films. Peter can sometimes not take things seriously, and a strong enough opponent or fast enough opponent can negate his SpiderSense, and he can still be hurt by regular bullets and missiles and stuff. But despite all that, he has proven himself worthy. Uncle Ben would be proud. He really is the amazing Spider-Man.
Hey there, got a little something on your face. Although, frankly, it's an improvement.
Alright, we're finally talking about Robin. Yes, the one from DC, and Batman's... No, not that one! That one's from the... I'm talking about Teen Titans. No! Not that piece of garbage. Not that Robin. Not ever! I'm talking about the original. There, that's much better. But before he was known as Robin, he was known simply as Dick Grayson, son of the famous Flying Graysons. The three of them were a happy family, and it felt like nothing could go wrong, until it did. One day, monsters sabotaged his parents' equipment, causing both of them to plummet to their doom, and leaving poor Dick helpless to watch as both of his parents perished in front of him, and in a live audience. Wow, They really wanted them to suffer. But luckily for Dick, there was the best foster daddy watching, who took him under his wing and trained him to become Robin. But eventually he left the nest and became his own superhero, leading his own team. But being Batman's adopted son can only get you so far. You have to get the rest on your own. Luckily, Robin has shown us that he can. He's lifted a bear over his head, punched through alien metal with ease, created shockwaves in his fight with Speedy, kicked down metal doors with no problem. He's also very fast. With his acrobatics, he's dodged energy attacks, no problem. He's also dodged Speedy's arrows and once spent his bow staff fast enough to block bullets. But he's also got some impressive durability, surviving explosions that sent him flying, and mostly attacks that sent him through buildings as well. He's also survived attacks from Starfire, who is very powerful. And in that same fight, he knocked her backwards into a car that dented on impact. He's also got his trusty gadgets, like his bow staff. That's super extendable. Seriously, I don't know if that thing has a limit. Anyway, that's not important. He's also got his famous Birdarangs that can cut through metal with ease. He's also got bombs, smoke pellets, and ice discs for distracting his enemies. And most impressively, he managed to beat the Teen Titans on his own, even though it was just half of them and they were technically holding back. It's still an impressive feat nonetheless. But like most Batman films, Robin is not perfect. He can be extremely stubborn and hot-headed at times, and he's still a human and can still die from normal means. But despite all that, Robin has proven himself to be a fantastic leader of the Titans. Batman may have many Robins, but this one set the standards. He really has soared above the rest as Robin.